What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. So in this one, I do really want to talk about some of the probably craziest thing that has ever happened to the stock market. I mean, we're seeing stocks run up thousands upon thousands %. You know, this company, ticker HKD, as you probably already know, literally IPO'd for like $10 a share and went all the way up to roughly a little over $2,600. So this is absolutely berserk. I'm going to talk about what's going on, what caused this, and everything that you need to know about HKD stock and AMTD stock. These two are very similar. They're subsidiaries of another company. So we're going to talk about everything, but I do ask if you enjoy this type of content that you subscribe to the channel and you turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. But let's go ahead and kind of get straight into the video. I mean, just to give you some perspective, the stock is trading for $1,300. So we can see on July 28th, it was $70 a share. Okay, we go even further back, July 15th, it was $16. And on its IPO date, it was about $16 a share. So just like literally over the past week, from going to 71.54 to where it went, that's a 3,400% return. There are no options on this stock, which is something that was pretty interesting to me. But I kind of want to talk about just everything. Okay, here is HKD. Okay, the company is AMT Digital Incorporation. Then we have AMTD, which is AMT Idea. And to be completely honest, let's just talk about how these two stocks relate. Okay, they both operate as a subsidiary of AMT Group Company Limited. Okay, you can see right here, operates as a subsidiary of AMT Group Company Limited. This is both for AMTD and HKD. So what is going on with the stock? So first up, AMTD acquired HKD in January for about $2.6 billion. Before this huge run, there's a ton of things that went on with the stock. But let me go ahead and show you kind of some conspiracies. So this is what is said. I tried to find who the true underwriters are of this company. I could not find any true information. So we're going to believe this is true. They had this huge IPO, 51 employees, no really financials available, just IPO'd, very new to the market, different things like that. One of the underwriters for this IPO is Loop Capital. Okay, they have done a ton of different things and worked with Citadel very closely, a 4-minute walk from one to another in Chicago. Okay, that's their corporate offices. And if you don't know who Citadel is, they're probably the biggest market maker in the world. They kind of have made some manipulative actions. I mean, I do believe that they just get lawsuit after lawsuit, but you're not going to hear about it because they are, they can practice the corrupt things, and they just pay a little bit of a fine and they deal with it. But there's a lot of speculation that these two work together in this underwrite, because let me show you some pretty important things. The underwriters of AMT Digital IPO were granted a green shoe option. Pretty much this is where the underwriters are given the chance to sell shares. I'll show you in a definition real quick. A green shoe option is an over-allotment option. In an IPO, it grants the underwriter the right to sell investors more shares than initially planned by the issuer if the demand proves higher than expected. So the underwriters of this stock, for example, per se Loop Capital, was granted a green shoe option. They were given the chance to purchase 2.4 million shares for $7.80 a share, about $18.7 million. Well, if you want to purchase 2.4 million shares, spend about $18.7 million for $7.80, the stock is trading for $1,300. Now, there's a lot of talk. I mean, you can go look at the short interest on this stock. I mean, it's almost non-existent. I mean, of course, it's going to be pretty high right now, assuming all the different things that are going on. But back then, this does not seem to be triggered by a short squeeze. This just seems to be pure market manipulation. I mean, there's no options that you can trade on this stock. There's really nothing that's pointing towards a short squeeze per se. And just a ton of different things have caught this stock to squeeze. And there's also more speculation, okay? We'll see right here. Another thing that, before I get into that, is amazingly enough, with all of the halts, volatility, and a near 470 billion market cap yesterday, but the buy button was never removed. Interesting how it works like that. I mean, we saw buy button be removed from AMC, GME, but not for HKD. So it's very interesting. It's just suspicious, There's a lot of pointing towards, hey, maybe there is some market manipulation right here, which would be very true. So here is another speculative thought. HKD underwriters issued 16 million shares. As we saw, they had that right. So this is saying 16 million shares. They sold them to brokers, okay? So they sold them to other people. They pulled their shares out, so they really called in to sell their shares, but they never delivered the shares. Highly illegal, not really allowed to do that. And so these brokers who purchased the shares that they thought were delivered to them went to go sell their shares. However, they're trying to sell something that does not really exist because they were never delivered. And to break it down, it's pretty easy right here when you explain it here. So the brokers absolutely sold shares that they hadn't yet received. This price action is because the broker is being forced to buy those shares back because they couldn't legally sell them in the first place, just causing their own demand, okay? And this is incredibly illegal, very corrupt. I'm sure there's going to be investigations on what is going on. Just everything is still trying to be caught up. This is all speculation. I mean, it's very difficult. I don't think anybody has really cracked the code on exactly what is going on with this stock. I mean, if we see right here, as we talked about, there's a ton of different speculation. HKD is a new IPO that just surged. The company is 88.7% owned by AMTD, a sketchy Hong Kong-based underwriter. And here is kind of an article that came out. I do not know the date of this article, but eBank's underwriter AMTD has a history of allegations of fraud, self-dealing, and IPO flops. I mean, there's articles out there of the team of HKD saying thank you to investors for literally pumping our stock to the moon. Okay, I think that's a little bit suspicious. Like I don't want to say this is a bad thing, but when it comes to this type of stuff, I don't think it can be a good thing, per se. I mean, yeah, your stock just was artificially pumped to be a higher market cap than Walmart. But when you look at these different things, I don't think it's very normal for a management team to be like, yay, our stock was artificially pumped. Like, this is amazing. Let's go thank all these investors, which it could be a good thing. I mean, I know that you're ruining short sellers if there are any on your stock and you don't really want short sellers for your company, but they're issuing a thank you. I mean, it's just very suspicious. There's a ton of different things going on. Personally, what I am doing with the stock, I know I'm getting a little carried away right now. Personally, what I'm doing with the stock is staying away. I mean, I'll show you the floats on these companies. They're not that high. Float on HKD is 19.05 million, and the float on AMTD is 35.85 million. So it makes a lot of sense that these stocks have made such high runs. I mean, AMTD is kind of like a sentiment play, going from $1.50 to $14.40. So we're seeing insane stuff happen with these stocks. I told you, as I said, I am staying away, trying not to, I'd rather miss out on the opportunity and miss out on huge losses than FOMO and make huge losses or maybe make huge gains. I see better use of my money elsewhere. It would have been amazing to buy in whenever this was way lower, but you don't catch every opportunity, and you got to realize that in the markets, you're not going to get every opportunity. It's like pretty much impossible to do that. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also go get your free stocks on Webull. Links in the description down below. Go join my Discord server. Link is also in the description down below. Thanks for making it to the end. Turn on those post notifications so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And I will see you at the next video.